Hi there, this is a tutorial on how to use AutoCrat with your unit math assessment summaries. AutoCrat is a Google add-on and we will be using it and a Google spreadsheet that will help you get set up today to merge documents from your math unit assessments. So a little bit of a background about AutoCrat. It is an add-on to Google Spreadsheets. It acts as a mail merge. And what we do is we take documents that have tags in them, and this is an example of what a tag looks like. And what ends up happening is after we run the merge, the information in our spreadsheet fills in these tags, and then we can share those documents automatically with students and parents. It's a time saver. I really like it, and I hope that you end up liking it as well too. So what you're going to need is your copy of the math unit assessment spreadsheet. You're going to need the unit assessment summaries. Not that you're going to have to do anything to them, but you will need them because they will be mapped to your spreadsheet. We're going to talk about getting the AutoCrat add-on, and then you'll also need parent and student emails, and eventually, not right now, but you will need grades for the unit because that's what will be getting pushed out to the documents that you'll be sharing with your students and parents. I want to show you an example of what some things look like. So for the math unit assessment spreadsheet, here's what it's going to look like. At the bottom here, we have the 6 units already set up, and each unit has the scores in them. So you don't need to do anything with changing the scores at all. You can see it changes by the units, obviously, because there's different things that were assessed in the units. But the things that you will have to change in this spreadsheet involve your students and the emails. So that's the first thing we can get set up. So you'll have your copy of the document open, and then you will have to go ahead and I like to work in just the first one down here, the Unit 1 assessment. You will have to go in and fill out your students in your class. Obviously, you have way more than 3 students than I do right now, but fill it out. And then what you can also do is put in your students' Google user IDs or their email addresses, and that'll go right next to their names. And then the other cool thing is if you have parents' emails that you will be sending these to or sharing them with, you can put the parent emails in the columns that say email 2 and email 3. Make sure that you only put 1 email per column, otherwise it doesn't like it. But really, that's the only thing you have to get set up right off the bat. You leave everything else, dates, scores, comments, leave that blank until the end of the unit where you're ready to start filling it out. So what I like to do is I like to get all of my columns A, B, C, D filled out. And when I have them all filled out in my first document to save a little bit of time, I like to just highlight my columns, copy them, and then go over to my next tab at the bottom, my next spreadsheet, and then just paste my information in there. And I'm going to do this for all of my units. Oops. Make sure that each time you click on a new one, make sure that you're clicking in column A. It'll save you some boo-boos. So I'm just copying in all of my students and email information. Obviously the emails that I don't have for parents I'm going to leave blank, but let's say that Toby here had his primary email and then his 2 parent emails that I have filled out. And by the way, if it bothers you that you have text running over to your next boxes like this, you can always go into your text wrapping box here and you can either wrap your text so it looks like that, or you can set it so that it ends at that line. Obviously the data is still in there, but it gets cut off. So if you like kind of a more cleaner look that way. I'm gonna go back over here, and I'm actually just gonna do this really quick. All right, so I have all 6 of my different sheets set up, and that's all I have to do in here for this time being. I don't have to change this any other time, at least for the students and emails, unless I have emails that change or if I have students that drop or are added to my class.